Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Let's take a look what do we have in the economic calendar for today. So, Australian data overnight in form of the trade balance were worse than expected, just a little bit. Nevertheless, the trade balance is increasing from 3.7 billion Australian dollar to 4.38 billion Australian dollar. Unemployment rate in Switzerland is the same level of 2.9%. Manufacturing PMI up from 48.2 to 49.7, beats their expectations. We are still waiting for the global construction PMI data from the UK, scheduled for release at 10:30. At 11 o'clock, we got retail sales data from the Eurozone. At 1:45 we got Bank of England MPC member Mann to give a speech. Then we have trade balance data from the Canada, scheduled for release at 2:30. At the same time, we got initial jobless claims, major event of the US session. At 4 o'clock, Canadian data again, IV PMI. 30 minutes later, Atlanta Fed GDP now from the US, and FOMC member Boma will give a speech at 6 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, ECB de Guindos will give a speech, and at the end of the day, at 10:30, we got Fed's balance sheet scheduled for release. So that's the first day on the financial markets. Not very busy day. So without any further ado, we start with euro dollar. Euro dollar 4-hour time frame chart has a breakout higher. As you can see, we broke above this level here, 1.1669. Local high was 1.1683. So the extremely overbought conditions on the 4-hour time frame chart has been met. So all of these levels here, including 1.1658, is now technical support. Very nice movement to the upside. Next target for the bulls is eventually at the level of 1.1728. Let's switch to the daily time frame chart to see what is going on here. Let me just zoom in. Momentum is very strong. Momentum is very positive and bullish. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 green candles on a daily time frame chart, but the situation is quite interesting here because that might be the 8th consecutive green candle. This situation is almost the same as this situation here. We got rising market, only one small inside bar in form of the red candle. Then we have the 1 2 3 4 5 6 red candles coming down towards the level of 1.1473, actual low 1.1493. So it's like 20 pips above this this technical support. And now what we can see here is the wave A to the upside, B counter trend correction, and then wave C to the upside. So please notice this interesting zone here between the 1.1728 and 1.1686. This is the supply zone. So every time the market hits this this zone, it's get smacked to the downside. Nevertheless, because there's still some room to the upside on the RSI, we still have some upside to the upside on the daily time frame chart. Bulls are in charge of this market. We are switching to the 4-hour time frame chart, and we should see another movement to the upside and hit of 1.1728. But please be aware of the situation. We might see some sort of the wick, a long wick to the and the big red candle, because this is the supply zone and we are coming towards it straight on. British pound extends the rally towards the extremely overbought market conditions, 74 points, and the actual level that we recently hit was 1.13358. Almost you can see here almost hitting the extremely the technical resistance, sorry, 1.3370. So after the breaking this level, you can see here we went straight on to the upside. This is why I have posted this level. I have placed the blue arrow on this level because it's a very important level, and any breakout here might be important, and was important because we can see straight on very smooth movement to the upside. We are going to remove some levels here because they are old and the market doesn't actually respect them. We are going to leave this one for the technical support, 1.3275. We should see some sort of the pullback. The market is starting to making this pullback right now. However, this candle is still green. Nevertheless, the big upper wick might be up to something, so be careful with the British pound, be careful with the cable. We might see some pullback from the upside. And now rejection on the US dollar to the Japanese yen, rejection of the trend line. Very classical situation. A breakout lower towards 154.68, pullback to the trend line, rejection, breakout below the 100 periods moving average. Yet again, local low is 154.79. We are getting very close to the technical support at 154.51, so please be prepared. As you can see on the RSI, 50 level was rejected as well, and the market keeps moving lower. So the outlook for the US dollar versus the Japanese yen is again bearish. We should see another weakness of the US dollar across the board, which means that the gold might be moving higher. Nevertheless, right now 4,188. The rally was capped at 4,264, and lower we go. We broke below the level of 50. Let me place a trend horizontal line here. There you go. We broke below the level of 50, the neutral level, so it didn't actually hold. If we test 100 periods moving average and eventually this technical support 4,154, we might see the extension of the momentum down into the negative territory, down towards the level of 30. So for now, gold is not doing much these days, and maybe the test of the trend line is what the market really needs. So let's see, let's wait and see what is going on here. S&P 500 actually used the trend line as the technical support, dynamic technical support, but it didn't actually move that high. 6,860 is the local high here from the yesterday session. Next technical resistance 6,878, so that's still 18 points below the next target. But the good thing is that for the technical traders is that the market is actually technical, and it's using the trend line, recognize the trend line, and is reacting to the trend line. So right now it looks like the bulls are in charge of this market, but they need more momentum on the S&P 500. And last but not least, the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is looking bullish. Bitcoin is looking very bullish. V-shaped reversal into the lows of 83,000, into the lows on the 4-hour time frame chart. Momentum indicator RSI, extremely oversold conditions. We are going up. We almost hit the extremely overbought conditions, because this is a nice movement to the upside. Let me just take a look on my price range tool, so you can see that this movement to the upside is at least 12% up from this low. But there is a lower low. There is a lower low from the lows of 80,000. That was 80,300, I guess. Let me just move this. It will be like 15% or even more. Yeah, 1683. So almost 17% of the loss. That's a nice movement by Bitcoin. So the situation here is still bullish. As you can see, we are sitting around $93,000, local high 94,154. If this level is violated, then, as I said, as I've been saying this for the whole week, next is the blue arrow target, 98,000 and something. This level needs to be cleared, needs to be tested first in order to see another movement to the upside by Bitcoin. Otherwise, we got A, B, C correction, upward correction, and then possible reversal. So breakout above this level is really needed to see the boost coming back to this market. You can see why this level is very important. You can see that the market recognizes this level, reacts to this level. So we have this movement to the upside directly from the level of 98,000 and something, right? So that's the situation here. Let me just move my just want to move my rectangle here, so we can make this. There you go. We can make it really visible here. 98,000. This is here. Yeah, something like that is appreciated. There you go. So that's our supply zone. We need to break above the supply zone in order to continue the up move. So this is our supply zone. I hope that everything is clear. For our time frame chart, looking bullish, momentum is strong, momentum is positive, and sooner or later we should see another movement to the upside on the Bitcoin. Stay focused, stay vigilant. A little bit of the consolidation. It looks like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, consolidation, wave 4, spike in wave 5, and then of course correction. So please stay with me on the same page. Let me just place my Fibonacci waves here on this chart. So possible, this is the possible situation here, wave 4 and wave 5 up to the 98,000. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.